Well, something very interesting is happening in Euphrates River. For the past few weeks, people have started finding gold as the Euphrates River is starting to dry up. Now, this might actually sound like a good news because people are finding gold. It's free money or whatsoever. But there seems to be something very interesting that's going on with the Euphrates River as the river starts to get dried up every single year. Now let's take a look at one of the footage that we have where people actually found gold inside of Euphrates River. Now this one right here is one of the footage of what people have been finding as the river starts getting dry. Now as you can take a look at this, this is a Syrian who's actually trying to farm gold in Raqqa, which is located in the Euphrates River, and they've been finding stones and tiny particles of gold all over the place. Now we also have another footage right here. Take a look at this. So he just starts clearing out the mud, and people are just gathering up together in order to go ahead and farm this free gold that's all over Euphrates River. And look at that stuff. There are massive shards, like massive shards of gold that's being found in all of this place. And this is actually happening right now in the Euphrates River. And people are getting free money out of nowhere. So it seems like they also have mixed up stones with like the gold shards. So there are some very tiny particles of gold that's available in here. But yeah, the good part is it's actually free, that everyone's getting it. Oh, look at that. That's pure gold. Now, although this thing might actually sound very good, but there is something seriously wrong with the Euphrates River right now. Because I did some research about this whole stuff, and I actually found out that these things are actually related to some of the religious scriptures. Now, although the Bible actually talks about the Euphrates River completely drying up, there is something very interesting about the Islamic scriptures, which is the Quran, which basically states that during the times when the Euphrates River is going to be drying up, which is supposed to be like the end times, that's when the Muslims' prophet Muhammad, he basically warned his people not to go ahead and farm this free gold that's going to be appearing in Euphrates as the river starts drying up. Now, this whole thing was already foretold 1,500 years ago. Now, a lot of people are really shocked that they're getting free gold from Euphrates River, and some of the guys who lived by the Islamic faith, they're actually happy that because we're finally entering the final days, and as the river gets dry, they now see that gold is appearing out of nowhere, just like the prophet said. And I started to go ahead and take a look on whether or not if this is mentioned in the scriptures of the Bible. But unfortunately, it seems like the Bible does not talk anything specifically about finding gold in the Euphrates River. But however, the scripture actually mentions the Euphrates River during the end times is going to be drying up. Now, if you take a look at the reduction rate of Euphrates River in the year 2021, the river was absolutely dried up all the way up to 73% from the initial baseline of where the river was before it. And out of nowhere, it seems like in 2021, the drying up started and it went all the way, dipping down to 73% of all the water being completely dried up. And from 2021, it's already been 4 years. We're currently in 2025, and it seems like the river's rate is drying up as quick as possible. It seems like very soon in the upcoming years, probably in 2027, the entire river is going to be completely dried up to 100%. That's what the archaeologists have already estimated, that 2027 is going to be the year. If they don't see any natural rainfalls happening in those areas, then most probably the Euphrates River is going to be fully dry. Now, what's interesting is that from what the scriptures of the Islam states, Prophet Muhammad, their prophet Muhammad, actually warned their people, stating that there will be a day when Euphrates River is going to be drying up, which is also something that's already stated in the Bible. But here Muhammad also added on, stating that there will be gold. I mean, visual shards and stones of gold and dust particles of gold that will start appearing as the river gets dry every single year. Now, this was something that was very, very specifically mentioned by Muhammad, hadith. And he also warned that we're not supposed to take this gold because it's not a good sign. It's not something that we're supposed to be happy about. And it's definitely not a get-rich-easy way in order to just go out there and farm the gold. Because this right here is the word that was said by Muhammad, where he says that the hour will come before the Euphrates uncovers a mountain of gold over which people will start fighting. 99 out of every 100 will be killed, and each man among them will say, perhaps I may be the one who will succeed in order to take that gold. Now, if you see it, then he basically says that do not take anything from that river. Even though you see gold, don't do it. And the reason why he specifically states that is because he was trying to prevent a massive bloodshed. And also the gold basically said to be representing some sort of temptation, and you're supposed to, just stay out of temptation as a true believer. So that's basically what Muhammad was trying to say to his followers, that you're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to take the gold even if you see it. But it seems like a lot of people are just rushing in, and this whole information has just slowly started spreading up. And ever since they started saying that they have seen gold in Euphrates River, now a lot of people are heading to Raqqa in order to go ahead and farm free gold. Now it's just the starting, it's just the beginning, and very soon it seems like the government could eventually get involved if this whole thing turns out to be true after all, because a lot of people might just put out some fake videos online. So it seems like maybe they'll just do an investigation, and that's where all of the things are going to be starting, because obviously we know Israel is having a lot of issues with its neighboring countries. And Euphrates River is supposed to be part of the promised land that was promised to Israel by God himself, which means that eventually, if Euphrates River dries up, they are going to be the ones that are probably going to go ahead and try to take over the place, because there's a lot of gold in there, a lot of free money. So that eventually is going to lead to probably a conflict between many different rulers. So that could eventually be a thing that's going to be coming up in the future as well. So honestly, I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think about what's going on right now in Euphrates River? And if you did live in Raqqa, would you actually go ahead and pick that gold that is freely just floating out there for you guys? Would you actually do it? Or maybe just you're gonna stay away from it even though you know that's free money? Are you still gonna go ahead and touch it or not? Let me know your thoughts. Be completely genuine about your answer. Let me know down below in the comments. And if you guys want to go ahead, share this information with your loved ones, basically let them know on what's going on in the Euphrates situation. And as we know, the river is drying up, and it seems like we're getting a tiny bit closer every single year to the end times of the prophecies that's already been stated. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, and I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. So please make sure to go ahead, feel free to go ahead and leave your thoughts down below in the comments. I would love to read them. And also I would like to ask every single one of you guys to please just go ahead, share this video with as many people as you possibly can. And also, if you can't share it, you can also help promote this video by simply just dropping a big fat like on this video and just leaving a comment down below. So that way the YouTube algorithm thinks that people that are watching this video are engaging more on the content. So it just makes sure that it's promoting the video to more people. More people get to see this stuff. They get to know what's happening in the world. So your support in this way is going to make a massive difference in letting out this information to people out there in the masses. So your comment and your like is going to make a massive difference. Even if you think that it's a very tiny bit of an effort, it's still going to make a lot of difference. So I really hope you guys support this content, and I will see you guys on the next one. Till then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.